So we'll be moving on now to our next guest, who actually will be talking to us about street food. So we all get tempted by the smells and sights of street food as we walk past. However, despite our temptations, many of us are skeptical about whether it's safe to eat it or not. Now, join us to discuss how healthy our street food is Chairman, Nigerian Institute of Food Science and Technology, Lagos State Chapter, Mr. Sunday Bangboshe. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Morayo.
Good to have you on the show. Sir, we are very, very skeptical about having this conversation with you because it's almost like you want to discredit the atasweswe and the boli and the suya we are eating on the road, and the akara, the hot oil. Please, sir, what is your issue with street food?
Well, we don't have issue with street food. Just like you, almost all of us, we enjoy patronizing this street food. But what we realize in the Nigerian Institute of Food Science and Technology is that while the industry have regulatory bodies that regulate their activities, these street food vendors, they don't have such. So we identify this as a gap. And that is why we stepped in, sensitizing the vendors on how to keep their food safe. We recognize that many people across the country patronize these street food vendors. But if you look at the level of hygiene, the level of awareness among these street food vendors, it is very low. And that is why we stepped in. How did we step in?
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, some years back, what we did, we trained some of our members as street food vendors. And these street food vendors, they adopted, street food champions, rather. These street food champions adopted street food vendors around their locality. And then we were able to cover about 7 local governments in Lagos State. But subsequently, we went into the next phase of it, whereby we were visiting markets. We did that sometimes in June last year, and then we did another one February this year. During this outreach, we teach the food vendors on the rule of hygiene. We gave them hand gloves, hair nets, nose masks. In fact, before COVID started and face mask was mandated, we've started, with our street food vendors, teaching them the importance of using this.
Right.
Yes, I was going to ask, there's a school of thought that believes that Nigerians have developed antibodies towards this street food. So by the time you now make it hygienic, we will start to be dying like chicken. Because it's those things that give us the ajesara. You understand? That's, let me finish. That's when you eat the thing. Like I went to go and eat one food yesterday. They said that the scarf we saw the day before was the same scarf she used to wipe the leaf.
For the rice.
For the rice. Well, I'm still not sick this morning. You know, in fact, I'm even having problem. I haven't been to the loo.
So, yeah.
Answer that, please.
Well, let me correct that myth. It is not true. Yes, maybe sometimes when you are exposed continuously to certain germs, you develop some level of immunity. But like we know, the world has gone global. We do travel to other countries. We want to try what they eat there. The same way when you have people coming from other places, when they see the level of hygiene that we practice, it will encourage them to be part of what we are doing. They will want to have a taste.
Right.
We've seen, global personalities visit Nigeria and they go on the street, they want to be part of what is happening on the street. And apart from that, when you look at, there are many people that come down with several illnesses that they may not know is coming from the food they've been eating. You remember the prevalence of Lassa fever, the prevalence of typhoid fever. These are things that, diseases that you get from eating contaminated food.
All right.
All right, so but there's also another myth which I grew up with, which says that once the food is cooked, the heat from the fire will kill any form of disease. And that's why women confidently let their children have all of these street food. So what do you have to say about it? The heat that comes from the food, does it kill some of the germs at least?
Yes, it is true. But look at it this way. Take, for example, somebody frying akara. The akara comes from the fire, hot. But the person eating may not eat it immediately. And then take, for example, the paper that they use in packing the akara.
Newspapers.
The paper may have been contaminated. So while the heat, yes, we help in a large, to a large extent, it doesn't guarantee that you are eating safe food.
Right. Now, so for someone like me, I'm a roasted corn addict. I like roasted corn. I can't pass. I have to stop and buy. But I always worry, there's somewhere at the back of my mind, I worry that all the carbon monoxide, all the air, the particles, they have gathered already on that corn I'm about to buy. So when I buy the corn, I first of all heat it and dust off all the corn, thinking that that's removed all the particles. Would you say roasted corn is safe to eat, even though we don't cook it?
After heating it.
Well, the last question.
Amboli.
The process of the heat, will help to maybe reduce the microbial load.
Okay.
But when they are packing this for you, they put it in a paper. You don't know where that paper has been to. You don't know whether somebody has taken that paper to a toilet before.
Oh.
You don't know, as you are going on the road, the vehicle passing, they raise up dust. And we are talking of, germs that we cannot see with our physical eyes. So these are the dangers. And these are some of the things that we identify as problem, and we try, to educate the food vendors
so and
make it safer.
Right.
Yeah, you talked about paper, but I know that leaf, a lot of Africans use leaf, like moi moi in leaf, rice, the rice I ate yesterday was in leaf, and that leaf makes the food sweeter somehow. The moi moi cooked in plastic is horrible.
So is it better? So is it safer?
So what about leaf as an option to the paper?
Well, if you are talking of moi moi, Yeni, in the case of moi moi, you remember that you have to cook the moi moi with the leaf.
Yes.
So because you are cooking the moi moi with the leaf, whatever germ is on that leaf will die, in the process of cooking.
Right.
That is when you talk of moi moi. For each situation, you look at it, on its own merit.
Merit.
It is not one case fit all.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so the roadside sellers are not just part of the problem. We still have those ones who hawk the food. So they make the food in their different houses, and then you carry it on the streets and people buy. Is there any plan to get them into, like, maybe this association and, re-educate them on how they can be hygienic in preparing that food? Because you don't see where they prepare the food that they sell.
Yes, this is where, our institute try to come in. When we educate the food vendors, they will be able to identify the areas of hazard coming from their food preparation, in storage of the food, after cooking, and where the hazard lies. So when they know about this, they will be able to do something, to reduce the risk, to reduce the, for example, if you are buying food on the street, you have some people that put the food in cooler and relatively the food is still very hot. In that case, you have some level of protection. But when you are buying food and the food is cold, then you may need to microwave it before you eat.
Wow.
If you eat it like that, you may run into problem.
Okay.
So these are the things that, the areas where our institute, we are trying to address.
We have to wrap up with you now, but could you finally just tell us the activities your institute is putting together to ensure sensitization and equipping these roadside food sellers on how they can be more hygienic?
Well, we go to markets. We partner with some Lagos State departments. For example, the last market visit we did at Cairo Market, Oshodi, we have some officers from Lagos Safety Commission being part of that activity. And if not because of the COVID that slowed down everybody, we will have gone into maybe the next phase.
Okay.
But we have our annual conference coming up between 14th and 15th of October in Lagos here.
Okay.
And the theme is Agro and Food Processing for Wealth Creation, the Nigerian Experience. And safety of street food will be one of the cardinal issues that we will still be discussing at that by all stakeholders.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us this morning. We appreciate your thoughts on this. Let's go. We'll be speaking with the chairman, Nigerian Institute of Food Science and Technology, Lagos chapter, Mr. Sunday Banguje. We're going to go on a break. When we come back, ex-minister Femi Fani-Kayode verbally attacked one of our own. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You can watch Your View on TVC every Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Nigerian time on DSTV channel 418, GOTV channel 27 and channel 47, StarTimes channel 121 and channel 307, Play TV channel 801 and channel 190, UHF 49, Sky channel 515 for UK viewers. Watch live on Facebook at TVC Connect and on our website tvcentertainment.tv/livestream.